Hello everyone, today we will gonna solve a classic coding interview problem which is to sum, which is very important based on the interview's perspective. So here's the problem. Given an array of integer nums and an integer target, return indices of the two number such that they add up to target. So we have given two things, an array of integer nums and an integer target. We have to find out the two indices which add up to the target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution. There will be always a solution. We don't have to manage the none case, and you may not use the same element twice. We will not use the same element again. You can return the answer in any order. We have given the free will. Let us see some examples. Nums have 2, 7, 11 and 15. I can see that there were two indices in the front only. Like if I add this 2 and 7, I will get the target. So the two indices of this is 0th index and the 1st index. I will return this in a list form. So like this, two more examples same were given, and let us look at the constraint. The constraint shows us that the nums of length is greater than equal to 2 and less than equal to 10 raised to 4. This means the nums of length is a very larger array. So if we use nested loop here, then it may be very slow. The second constraint shows us that nums of I means the number in nums can be negative and also be positive, and the target can also be very much negative and can also be positive. So assume that there were n number of items in an array nums. If we wanna go up with every we wanna find pair of every numbers in this, then it will be n cross n. It will be big O of n square. So let us solve by doing a brute force solution. I will implement two for loops which will iterate over this nums and find all the pairs. First do it by brute force. So the first for loop for index for I in range of length of nums for j in range of I plus 1 comma num length of nums in this. I will check if nums of I plus nums of j is it equal to target. If it is target, then we have given that we have to return these indices, not the numbers. Okay, so let us return here the indices. Return we will return in the list form I comma j. Okay, let us test this. Does it work? If it might not work, we will make some changes. Okay, it works. In all the three cases, this brute force solution is working. But we can see that we have used two for loops, and which can be big O of n square complexity. So let us see how can we optimize this to big O of n. As we have given, we have to optimize it in the follow-up. Can you come up with an algorithm that is less than big O of n square time complexity? Yes, we can do that. So we will do this by using an hash map. We will use here an hash map to store the values we have seen before. Let us take this example. We were in this index, 0th index. No, take this second example. We were in the 0th index, which is 3, and if this not works, I will store this 3 in an variable. Okay, let's remove this. Let me show you with code. I will take here a variable which will be dict and use a single for loop for index comma enumerate of nums. We use enumerates to get the both index and value both at a single time, and enumerate has the time complexity of big O of 1, so there is no issue of using this enumerate. So I have used this enumerate to get the index and value both. What we will do, we will use this loop one single time, and then if we will use a variable which will be complementary variable. I will use this variable in this loop, so it will update the value every time. This complementary variable will be like what we were looking for. We will go through index by index, as in this variable you can see 2, so we will find the complementary of it, like what we were looking for. As we are on this index, we were looking for 7. If we add 7 to this, then this will be the pair we were looking for. So complementary will be target minus the value here. It will be target minus value, yes. Then we will get the complementary, like what else we were looking for. If complementary is in scene, then we will return these two indices, which will be scene of complementary and the second one is this indices, the same we were looking over. And if this doesn't happen, then we will store this indice and value in our the scene 1, and we will move on to the next indices of the num. So let us store this in our scene. So scene of value equal to index. Yes, this would work, I think. Let us try this. There is an error. Let us solve this error. Scene of complementary comma index. Return scene of complementary comma index, line number 7. Solution dot to sum. I think I have wrote the spelling different, maybe. Let me update it. It should work now. Still there is the same problem. Okay, I have to figure it out. Okay. I have forgotten to add this braces here. Okay, it will work now. Okay, I have forgotten that braces to include here. Okay, I have included it. Now let me try this. Okay, these three cases were perfectly running now. Yes, so what we did here, we used a hash map to store the previous values we have seen or gone through. So we don't have to do n cross n. If you like this solution, you can watch my other videos also. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.